Have you ever walked into an old ancestral home? The kind filled with antique furniture, faded photographs, and the faint, sweet smell of wood and time. There's a certain weight to the air in these places, a feeling that you're stepping into a story that began long before you arrived. In the Philippines, many of these grand old houses hold tales that are whispered from one generation to the next, and some of those tales involve a very particular, very polite, and very unsettling host. Imagine this. You've been invited to a friend's ancestral home for a reunion or a simple visit. The house is beautiful, a monument to a bygone era. As you step across the threshold, out of the bright sun and into the cool, dim interior, a small child appears seemingly out of nowhere. They look to be about 5 or 6 years old, dressed in slightly old-fashioned clothes. They look up at you with large, solemn eyes, give a perfect, respectful little bow, and say in a clear, soft voice, "Welcome, Po." You smile, charmed by the child's impeccable manners. "Hello there," you might say, looking around for their parents. You turn to your friend, the homeowner, and compliment them on their polite child. But your friend's smile falters. They glance at the spot where the child was, only to find it empty. A strange look crosses their face as they turn back to you and say, "What child? We don't have any children living here." A chill runs down your spine. You look again. The hallway is empty. There's nowhere a child could have hidden so quickly. But you saw them. You heard them. "Welcome, Po." The words echo in your mind. This is an experience that has been reported time and time again by visitors to old houses across the country. The encounter is always brief, always the same. A polite, well-behaved child who greets guests at the door, only to vanish into thin air. A ghostly host forever welcoming people into a home that is no longer fully theirs. So, who is this child? The stories vary from house to house. In some legends, they are the spirit of a child who passed away in the home centuries ago, their young life cut short by illness or an accident. Their spirit, too innocent to understand its own passing, remains, forever bound to the place they knew as home. They continue their simple, courteous routine, greeting visitors just as they were taught to do when they were alive. They aren't malicious or frightening in their intent. They are simply a lonely soul, a spectral echo of good manners, forever playing the part of the welcoming child. Other interpretations are a bit more complex. Some believe this child is a guardian spirit of the house, a gentle protector who assesses the intentions of those who enter. If you are greeted politely, it's a sign that the spirits of the house accept your presence. Your visit will be peaceful. But if you were to enter with a heavy heart or ill will, the child might not appear at all, or worse, you might feel an inexplicable sense of being unwelcome, a coldness that has nothing to do with the temperature. It's as if the house itself, through its youngest spiritual resident, is quietly asking you to leave. Think about the sheer number of these old homes, each one a silent witness to births, deaths, joys, and sorrows. Is it so hard to believe that a small piece of that powerful human energy might linger? The spirit of a child, a being of pure innocence, would be the most likely to remain, untainted by the complexities of the adult world. Their final act of courtesy, a simple "Welcome, Po," becomes their eternal legacy, a haunting and poignant reminder of a life that once was. So the next time you find yourself stepping into a piece of history, an old ancestral home filled with whispering shadows and the scent of the past, pay close attention. As you cross that threshold, listen carefully. You might just be greeted by the home's youngest and most permanent resident. And if you are, just smile, nod back, and perhaps whisper a quiet "Thank you, Po" in return. You are, after all, a guest in their house. Thank you so much for joining me on this eerie little journey. If you've ever had an experience like this, I would love to read about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories from the shadows. Stay curious, and we'll see you next time.